For me kasi, for example, I saw so many influencers. Siyempre, parang na-build na nila yung personal brand nila. Parang may sariling following na sila eh. So, parang meron na silang followers. Alam na nila kung paano sila ko-communicate sa mga audience nila. And then, andun na yung trust, tas yung credibility. So, once they launch something, lagi silang nasusold out.
So, good evening pala sa lahat na nandito ngayon in our uh, podcast webinar about archetypes, which is a continuation from last week. So, last week kasi, we were discussing about um, how we can use brand archetypes in the different facets, in the different applications of brand strategy, branding, design, and all the things that your business needs in order for you to stand out. So today, we are going to talk about how we can apply uh, the the latest yung diniscuss natin last time, how we can apply that to personal branding. So today, meron tayong guest, di ba? So today's topic is about building brands beyond labels. So personal versus business branding. But tonight we're going to focus on how we can use archetypes on personal branding and other stuff that we can talk about when it comes to personal branding. So, our guest pala for tonight is I've known her parang recent lang kami recent lang kami nag-usap. I think this is the first time na nag-usap talaga kami face to face like this. But I know she's very exceptional in what she does. So, uh, for her to for you to know guys kung ano yung ginagawa niya, here's Marielle Ison and one of the brand strategists dito sa Branding Mastermind for freelancers and business owners. Marielle, can you please introduce yourself, like a little bit about what you do, um, how you do what you do, and yeah, yun.
Ayun. So, hello everyone. So, nakilala kita, Coach Dave, during Tribe Anif last year.
Right, that's right. Oo.
Kasi ikaw yung di ba, nung nag-start lahat siya. So,
Mm.
yun, dun tayo. Pero wala tayong direct communication na
Oo nga eh. Tama, tama. Oo.
parang lang talaga siya, yung tipong pag may mastermind ka, parang tahimik lang ako kasi nakikinig sa sa
Yeah, that's
gilid-gilid.
right.
Ganun.
Oo.
So, yeah. So, hello everyone. So, I am Marielle. So, I am a brand strategist and designer. Pero before, I'm an engineer. I'm an electronics engineer before ako maging brand strategist. So, I have Prima Digitals. It's more on empowering yung health and fitness brands. So, yun yung target market ko doon. Hini-help ko sila build yung branding nila and helping them na parang to have a cohesive from brand strategy to the execution ng brand nila. And then I am also there is yung sa personal brand ko kasi iba yung market ko. Ang market ko doon is more on freelancers and creatives because I just want to help them na parang i-build yung personal brand nila and to have something na they can show, especially 'di ba pag freelancers, parang nai-stuck sila na paano ko ba siya sisimulan and all. So I just want to guide them on how they will start everything. So yun.
Wow, nice. Kasi this is the first time that I found out na electronics engineer ka pala. I don't know if
Oh,
we talked about this, but engineer din kasi ako eh. I'm a mechanical
oh.
engineer by profession, so it's really good to see someone from that industry na nag-shift here because we know that it's very important, diba? Even in the
Mm,
engineering industry, it's very important to
mm,
create personal brands, create business branding so that you can really help. And it's so good that yung ginagawa mo for freelancers and creatives, you're helping them with personal branding. So, ayun. So, thumbs up for that. Ang galing, galing. Diba? So, here, if you don't mind, yeah, we have a few questions about how you do what you do and paano ba natin na-apply yung archetypes doon. So, my first question for tonight is, how would you describe the fundamental differences between personal and business branding?
Oh, sige. Yung sa personal branding kasi, it's more on focus sa individual. Parang creating yung unique image mo as a person. So parang more on maximizing your strengths, your skills, your expertise na you want to share in your personal brand. So your emotional connection with the people, it's more on how you will perceive yourself as an individual. Unlike for business branding, you need to create an identity for that business eh. So parang kailangan i-show mo kung ano yung foundation ng business na yun all throughout dun sa customer journey na. And for your personal brand naman, parang it's more on about you, on how you want to help other people and how you will like, paano mo i-share yung gusto mong i-share. So, it's much more, meron kang freedom when it comes to your personal brand. Kasi, parang kung paano ka sa sarili mo makipag-usap to someone, ganun na siya. Unlike pag business branding, you need to put yourself in the shoes ng business mismo. Kung ano yung na-build na identity for the business and then you will communicate it to your customers.
Oh, I see. Is it possible kaya na, for example, there's this business, meron siyang brand, and
Mm.
then the CEO or owner, meron din siyang personal brand na that is different from the business brand. Possible ba 'yon?
Maraming gumagawa ng gano'n, which is sobrang maganda once na kunyari may personal brand ka and then the people know you dahil dun sa personal brand mo. Parang additional ano siya, promotion for your business kasi may trust na sila when it comes to you. And then once you launch something, yung mga true fans mo when it comes to your personal brand, pwede nilang i-support din yung business na ilo-launch mo eventually.
I see, I see. Gano'n nga 'no, marami akong nakikita even
Mm.
in the very lucrative na mga industries like for example si Elon Musk at saka si Tesla magkaiba 'yun, 'di ba? So,
Mm.
it's really good that we are confirming all these things that we're learning here. So, another question I have here is, in what ways kaya can a strong personal brand benefit a business or vice versa? Do you think there's a way na mag-bridge yun and benefit from each other?
For me kasi, for example, I saw so many influencers. Siyempre parang na-build na nila yung personal brand nila in parang may sariling following na sila eh. So parang meron na silang followers, alam na nila kung paano sila ko-communicate um, sa mga audience nila. And then andun na yung trust, tas yung credibility. So once they launch something, lagi silang naso-sold out. Yun yung napansin ko kasi parang I'm usually following influencers. Parang kapag gusto ko lang manood ng yung mga travel vlogs, ganon. Or mga beauty vloggers, once they launch their brand, lagi siyang naso-sold out dahil yung mga bumibili din sa business nila is someone na nagfa-follow sa kanila. So parang sobrang ano niya kasi kunyari beauty influencer sila and then they will launch something. Siyempre ipopromote nila yon, gagamitin nila yung product nila when doing vlogs. And then makikita ng mga followers nila and then mas magiging curious and then they will buy dun sa business nila, whatever they will launch. Parang may sold out siya usually. So, ganun
Okay.
yung nakita kong trend when it comes to that kind of personal brand and business relationship and vice versa.
Oo nga 'no, kasi, I just kasi the way you explained, I remembered yung about kay Kendall Jenner ba yun or Kylie Jenner? Sorry guys,
And
hindi ko Kylie ba yun? Yung may makeup
Kylie,
brand,
Kylie,
yeah.
Kylie Jenner.
Si Kylie Jenner, is she known for her makeup ano,
Mm-mm.
before she, created her own makeup brand? Was she known
Mm-mm.
by that? I just wanna confirm lang.
Alam ko medyo kasi 'di ba matunog na ang mga yung mga
Mga
gano'ng alam
Jenner,
ko
mga Kardashian, 'di
before,
ba?
yung mga Kardashian before. So, parang nung ni-launch niya is more on parang scarcity yung dating na limited products pero ang laki nung yung gustong bumili. So, parang once na nag-restock sila talagang sold out siya ng sold out. Pero kasi sobrang limited nung nung
Yeah,
nilo-launch nila.
tama. And I also like realize, 'di ba, yung mga going back to the Kardashians, naging sikat sila for drama, for yung
Mm.
ano nga yung show na yun?
May ano
Uh,
sa Kardashians nga ba yun? Parang may
uh,
Kardashian something show
Keeping Up
sila.
with the Kardashians, something like
Oo.
that. And then they became so popular with that when Kylie Jenner parang launched her
Like
own makeup
keeping up with
brand.
Kardashians.
Oh yeah, keeping up with the with Kardashians. And when
Ayan.
she launched, diba, her makeup brand, since everyone knows who she is, it's much easier now for people to buy into what she's selling.
Ang daming gano'n, especially sa kahit sa local industry, sobrang dami lalo na yung mga mayat-mayang sumusulpot na skincare brand. There is one, hindi siya skincare, pero makeup ano siya, parang vlog siya ng mga makeup. And then she launched
Mm,
a makeup brushes. As in talagang naso-sold out siya, parang sobrang hirap bumili. Tapos makikita mo ang daming resellers na nagho-hoard, tapos nire-resell nila and all. Parang
yeah.
gano'n yung nangyari.
Oo nga, no? Like, speaking about that, isa din sa mga na-observe ko, like, ayun nga, we're already talking about examples here. Yung next question kasi is, can you provide examples of successful individuals or companies that have effectively aligned personal brands and business brands? So,
Mm.
talking about this, naalala ko din, since, sino ba yung mga sneakerheads dito? Diba? So,
Yung
naalala ko si
Yeezy,
Travis Scott.
at
Diba? Si
saka
Travis Scott,
Travis Scott.
very strong personal brand in the rap, and then naging
Mm.
controversial pa yung sa concert niya na merong mga nag-stampede, di ba? And
Mm.
sadly, merong mga namatay. But Nike took advantage of that, collaborated with Travis Scott, and created this very
Limited
yeah, very limited line of Air
sneakers.
Jordans ba yun?
Oo, Air
Ano,
Jordan.
yeah, di ba? So, I can see now na yung relationship between the personal and the business brand, if we can bridge that together, nagiging strong talaga, no?
Mm.
So, like you said. So, can you, ano pa, provide other examples aside from what we have
For
given
service
earlier?
base, we can best example for this one is Cristo. Cristo
Yeah,
in the future. So parang wala na tayong masasabi dun kasi siya na
si
kasi 'di
Tito
ba
Chris.
si Tito Chris. Yan, siya yung best example when it comes to to service-based. Kasi 'di ba yung value na pino-provide niya, parang dun na siya
Mm,
na-build, eh. So 'pag sinabi mong Cristo, parang the future na yan, parang gano'n na siya. And then,
yeah.
sino pa ba na puwede natin i-example?
Speaking of Chris Do pala, 'di ba? I don't know if you know yung upcoming na Likha Summit this September
Yeah,
2023.
mm.
'Di ba they
Umattend
took
ako last
advantage.
year.
Oh, ako din, umattend ako pero online lang.
Ah,
Anyway, but it's really great to see na what we're talking about here is put into practice yung mga personal and business brands
mm.
kasi they took advantage of Chris Do's personal brand and used it sa launch nila to hype up the launch of Likha Summit. Di ba?
Mm.
Have you observed that last time?
Oo, sobra parang kasi hindi siya gano'n na magiging sobrang hype if not because of Chris Do, eh.
Tama. Yeah, yeah. That's right. I remember na I've heard of Likha Summit na last year pero wala pa kasi si Chris that time. Hindi pa siya included sa roster of
Mm.
speakers. So I've heard of it, nakita ko yung mga ads, and then not so much ako hindi ko masyadong pinansin, but then when Chris Do came on board with them, 'di ba? So that's the time na nag-hype talaga, ang daming
Nag-ano
sumali.
ako nun, nag-early bird ako ng VIP.
Oh, really? Talaga. Grabe,
Mm.
no? So you
Sabi ko,
met
"Ay
him.
si
You've
Chris Do."
seen him in person.
I have a picture
Wow.
with Chris Do.
Sana all. Yung sa akin lang is yung libro lang niya na the pocket.
The
Yun pa,
pocket.
isa pa, 'di ba? Pocket full of dough. He used his
Mm.
own personal brand to launch his books, 'di ba? So it's really good na you're going to mix the two of those,
Mm.
personal brand and business branding.
Sobrang magbe-benefit yung business kasi parang nandun na yung trust nung tao
Yeah,
kasi
that's
they know parang katulad nung shinare ni Shazad, si Alex Hormozi.
Yeah,
Parang
yeah, tama, tama.
Alex Hermozi is one of the best example. Kasi yung $100 offer, if I know, parang if you can buy that one, yung ebook niya sa Amazon for like $1.
Yeah, yeah, I remember
$1
ganun
lang
pa,
siya.
oo,
And
oo.
then parang kulang na lang talaga i-free niya pero hindi kasi pwede sa Amazon yata yung yung
Yeah, yeah,
free.
that's
So
true, oo.
so nilagay niya yung pinaka-lower. Tapos parang grabe siya magbigay ng value. Sobra.
Yeah, that's true. The personal brand pa lang ni I've seen Alex Hermozi nung hindi pa siya gano'n kasikat,
Mm.
kasi, na-watch ko yung videos niya, yung sa YouTube, ang pangit pa ng quality. But the value he gives talaga is very, 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 value packed. Grabe talaga,
Mm.
maximize talaga, and everything is free. 'Di ba, he's giving it
Everything
out for
is
free.
free.
So when he blew no wonder he blew up talaga sa ano, sa personal brand niya. And then, ngayon because of his very strong personal brand, his other business which is the acquisition.com, yung
Mm,
parang
okey.
acquire sila ng mga businesses and they help them.
Mm,
They invest in this business so that it will grow, and then they
mhm,
get a percentage of the profits. So
mm,
because of his strong personal, but ang daming nakalinya ngayon who wants to be acquired by
sa
acquisition.com. Yun, so
galing
grabe,
kasi ng system din ni Alex Hermozi.
tama. Have you seen his ano, recent launch niya sa bagong book niya?
Yung
Like
yu
yung webinar niya. Have you seen that on?
oo, nandun
Oh,
ako
talaga
sa
nanonood ka?
webinar niya.
So ako din, sumali ako sa Zoom nun, Zoom
Sabi ko,
webinar niya.
"Shit, kaka-invest ko lang sa course tapos feeling ko may bayad." Tas nagulat ako, it's all free.
It's all free, 'di ba? So ang galing niya, and
Mm,
one thing that really stood out for me nung sinabi niya na last 2017 he didn't believe in branding. 'Di ba? Do
mm,
you remember that? Tapos
oo,
sabi niya ngayon brand is more than everything. Grabe talaga. And I was like, boom, 'di ba? So if this person believes in branding, why wouldn't you? 'Di ba?
mm,
So for me it's very
iba
important.
siya. So,
Oh, iba.
parang ano rin talaga siya, more on how you will be parang how you will be authentic in all the content that you gonna share. Kasi parang paano ka rin magsa-stand out kasi sobrang dami na rin 'di ba nagbi-build ng brands nila ngayon, yan.
Yeah, yeah. Ang dami talagang nagbi-build ng brand nila. But the sad thing is, yung iba, for example, yung mga freelancers, they think more, uh, they they treat themselves more as a business instead of as a person when they do their branding. Napapansin mo yun? Yung
Mm.
mga ganun. For
Kasi
those who are
yung
starting
ano,
out.
yung
Ako, I
makikita
started
mo
out
yung
that way eh.
content. Oo, gano'n
Oo.
ako nung una. Kaya hiniwalay ko sila talaga kasi sabi ko ang hirap parang kung magko-content ako dito ta's feeling ko kailangan medyo maayos yung pakikipag-usap ko, hindi ko ma-express kung ano yung gusto kong sabihin kasi parang hindi ako puwede magsabi ng kung ano mang BS dun sa content ko. Unlike kapag personal brand ko, I can do anything. Puwede ako kung ano man yung gusto kong sabihin puwede ko ilagay dun sa content ko and all.
Yeah, it somehow the business that put out becomes personalized na it become meron ng personality. There's a
Mm,
human behind it. They can see it puts more trust kasi no. I don't know why but
mm,
it puts more trust to a business if yung kausap niya talaga is tao. If they're
mm,
engaging with a real person. That's why, 'di ba, it's very effective yung mga sales reps, sales representatives, and sometimes they're not buying anymore sa price, they're not buying anymore about the quality of the product. They're
mm.
buying in the personality or the relationship they built with the sales rep.
Oo,
Have you
parang yun na yung magiging ano, depende kung mapapa-yes mo yung client or hindi. Pero kapag sobrang nafi-feel mo na naiintindihan niya yung problema mo and you can feel na concern siya sa'yo because hindi lang makapagbenta ka or what, pero you know this product can help her on their problem. Parang gano'n yung magiging ano, eh.
That's right. Yun nga pala, speaking of helping yung mga clients natin or helping creatives and freelancers create their own personal brands, what are some of the common challenges that you've observed so far, ha? that people face when trying to balance their personal and business branding efforts?
Ako yung number one, based din sa experience ko, it's more on time management talaga. Parang kailangan mo kasi 'di ba kung dalawa yung hawak mo, you need to show up in both and parang kailangan mo gumawa ng different kinds of content for those two or whatever kung paano ka man nagsho-show up. Pero parang ang pinaka-solution kasi when it comes to that one is kailangan mo malaman paano mo siya i-outsource to someone. Pero ang nagiging problema naman nila when they will outsource their personal brand, minsan hindi nawawala yung alignment.
Yeah, pati yung voice, 'di ba? Voice mo,
Nawawala yung
yung
voice.
voice and
Unlike
style mo.
kapag unlike kapag business branding kasi, parang ang dali niya i-align all throughout, eh. Pero when it comes to personal brand, mawawala yung touch mo as a person. Kaya there is people na 'pag tinatanong ko if they want to outsource their content creation for their personal brand, ayaw nila. They want to take charge na parang okay lang i-outsource nila for the business, pero when it comes to personal brand, gusto nila sila yung kumakausap dun sa mga nagko-comment, yung mga ano, siguro hindi pa nila mahanap yung sweet spot kung paano nila i-outsource or paano nila i-explain dun sa outsourcer nila na ganito ako makipag-communicate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, especially with the advent of AI ngayon, when
Mm,
everything can be automated, people parang yearn for more authenticity. Kasi
mm,
yung AI parang hindi na authentic, di ba? The
mm,
personal branding is one thing that you cannot automate 100%. Yung
mm.
business branding siguro pwede, di
Oo,
ba? Kasi
puwede yung business branding, eh.
oo, pero yung personal branding, it's your face, it's your movement. Maybe in the future, hindi ko alam with the way AI is going so far, maybe in the future, baka AI na yung personal brand, sorry. AI na yung personal brand ng isang
Hindi natin
business.
masasabi grabe yung growth ng AI lately.
Yeah, it could be na yung meron na ng mga AI avatars that could
Mm,
represent the personal branding of some businesses. But then, yun nga, I still really believe that we as human beings, as sino nga yung nagsabi nun? Na we human beings are social creatures, di ba? We
mm.
want to socialize, we want authenticity, we want to engage with authentic relationships. So I really think na even with the advent of AI, personal branding is still needed sa sa panahon natin ngayon. So
Oo, kasi
anyway,
parang ano, Coach Dave,
yeah,
eh, parang mas lalo silang nagsi-seek ng someone to talk to na parang tao talaga unlike kapag kunyari kung chatbot nga yung kausap mo parang, "I need to talk to chat support." Parang lagi akong
yun
gano'n,
nga eh.
"I need to talk to chat support, ayoko sa'yo."
Oo nga, 'di ba? Sometimes gano'n nga talaga, 'di ba? So, yeah, with your working experience pala with clients, how have you tried to use parang archetypes? Like, how do you identify kaya yung most suitable brand archetype for their personal brand or for their business brand? Have you encountered that way of working with clients?
Actually when doing branding with clients, kasama siya sa brand persona ko yung brand archetype. So when doing it yung sa personal brand, always kami nagbe-based sa foundation din niya and sa own personality ni client. But when doing business branding, it's more on how they want to perceive the brand itself, kung paano nila gusto makita ng tao yung brand, and kung sino yung target market nila. And i-align namin doon all throughout yung brand archetype nila. Kasi mamaya gusto pala nila is yung pangmasa na brand and then yung archetype nila biglang the ruler, yung mga gano'n, edi hindi pwede. So, kailangan malaman paano ba nila gusto ma-perceive ng tao yung brand nila eventually. So, yun.
Yeah, that's true. Kasi the difference, the difference kasi of the approach when doing personal branding with archetypes, talagang ano talaga 'no, nakadepende sa personality
Mm.
din you know, sino ba 'yan siya, yung creative, yung
Mm.
freelancer or who you're dealing with. But in business kasi it's more about the target market. Yung parang
Mm.
how do you want who do you want to attract and how do you want to be perceived by the people you attract to your business. But pero sa ano mo, sa opinion mo, is there a way kaya to ano, parang create a system or create a way for you to intersect or ano ba, i-join yung personal and business branding? Kasi there's
Ah,
still ano eh. Yeah, yeah. Ano 'yan? Ano 'yan? Sige, sige.
yung ano, Coach Dave, when it comes to my personal brand and Prima Digitals, I intersect it with my own personality. So, parang nilagyan ko pa rin siya ng touch ko. So yun yung ano, parang yun yung 30% nung brand ko and then 70% niya is more on base kung sino yung target market ko. So parang nag-combine ako ng two archetypes together so that kahit papaano I can still show myself since Prima Digitals nga kasi pangalan ko yung Prima eh. So
Yeah,
kailangan
yeah,
nandun
yeah, sure.
ako.
Oo.
So yun. So anong tawag dun? Parang in-intersect ko siya with my personality and with the personality na gusto kong i-perceive nung target market ko.
Yeah, kasi I'm looking at the case of Rendon Labrador. Sinong hindi nakakilala sa kanya? So, 'di ba meron siyang ano ba 'yun, yung restaurant ba 'yun or resto bar? I don't
Hindi
remember
ako masyado familiar, hindi ako masyado updated kay Rendon, pero I
Yeah.
know.
Okay. Well, pero kilala mo siya, si Rendon.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. So, what happened kasi is he's being banned now sa Facebook at saka sa I think
Oh.
almost na din sa Instagram because of this very yeah, but this is just my ano perception. Very negative kasi yung the way he interacts and engages with people, 'di ba? Palagi siyang merong ano criticism.
Mm.
So, what happens is even though na different yung branding, different yung business niya from him, but because people associate him with his business, eventually yung resto bar when it launched, lugi talaga. Walang pumunta, even yung mga katrabaho niya, yung mga people who help with the launch, like mga artists and other service providers. Episode bar and kitchen, ito pala. So, resto bar pala siya. So, ayun. Nabura na nga daw yung, sabi ni Shazad, nabura na daw
Nabura.
yung sa FB at Google. Wow, grabe no. So, that's it, 'di ba? So people kasi have the power to report you or to say what they perceive about you, and then
Mm.
these platforms are run by people then. So if people have even though na different yung brand mo ng business mo at saka yung personal brand mo, 'di ba? When they associate you with your business, naapektuhan talaga yung business mo. So I was just curious kung is it better to fuse this um two ways na yung personal brand natin, we also fuse and intersect it with our target market. How do we want us to be perceived sa target market natin?
Siguro kung pangit yung image mo na parang si Rendon, wag mo na i-merge yun. Wag mo
Oo
na
nga eh, di
mag-try.
ba?
Parang maging business brand ka na ano lang, hindi mo na ipagkakalandakan sa mundo na ikaw yung may-ari nun. Kung ganun kapangit
Yeah,
yung image mo. Pero I think naman parang if gusto mo siyang yung business mo is sa'yo lang talaga as in for a lifetime, I think it's parang okay siya na i-merge. Pero it will all depend kung ano yung goal nung ano, nung business owner. If they are
tama,
planning to
tama.
sell the business, it is hard naman na parang ilagay mo yung sarili mo dun kasi hindi naman siya forever sa'yo, 'di ba? Parang pero
Tama,
kapag
tama.
ano, kapag gusto mo siyang parang i-keep or ipamana to your family or to your kids in the future or para maging ano lang siya, family
Parang
business.
legacy na, yeah.
Mm. So, it is much better na okay lang din naman na ipag-join mo siya, pero make sure pa rin na your business is more all about your customers kasi sila naman yung kinakausap mo when it comes to that one. And
Yeah,
sila
tama.
ang bida kapag
Yeah,
sa
that's true.
business.
Always naman talaga when it comes to branding, marketing, even creating products, di ba? Dapat we
Mm,
put the market first kasi sila yung magdidictate kung we become profitable ba, sustainable yung business natin.
mm.
Di ba? So anyway guys, ano pala, just a quick break from this discussion. If you're a brand strategist pala and you want to discover your unique archetype, yung pinag-uusapan namin kanina ni Marielle, with, on how to apply yung archetype, di ba, sa business o sa personal brand, we have a free quiz for you. You can just scan the QR code or merong ilalagay na link dito sa comments, and then you can take the quiz and it will give you the top three archetypes, I think, that will fit you. So you just take the quiz lang, and then it will always be different yung ano, yung result for each one of you kasi we have different personalities. So yun, if you want to discover your unique archetype, take the quiz after this or during the discussion. So going back pala sa ano natin, sa discussion natin, how do you help clients maintain yung authenticity nila while embodying a particular archetype? Kasi na-mention mo kanina, di ba, na when you use archetype, sometimes dalawa or
Mm.
tatlo. Sa ako mismo, I use three archetypes when um, when creating a personal brand or a business brand. So how do you help yung clients mo maintain that authenticity pa rin? It's still unique, that they still stand out.
So, parang ang ginagawa ko, it's more on aligning pa rin siya sa foundation ng brand nila. So, parang I'm giving them parang specific na kung ano yung qualities. Pero ine-explain ko siya actually sa kanila. More on, ano kasi ako mag-branding sa kanila, workshop type. So, parang discussion. So, parang na-enjoy nila when it comes to archetype part na. Sabi, oh, may ganito pala and all. Parang yun na yung ano, nandun na sila sa excitement. So, parang ina-explain ko na parang when it comes to this kind of archetype, ito yung mga sample na other brands. So, makikita nyo naman kung ano yung itsura nila and all. So, parang inaano ko sa nila, pinapakita ko kung ano ba yung feeling and emotions when it comes to that kind of archetype. So that parang kapag i-explain na nila through their members and kung sino man yung pagpapasahan nila ng further marketing, it's easier for them kasi parang alam na nila kung ano yung emotions na na aligned for that kind of archetype. So parang in maintaining the authenticity nung pinaka-brand nila, it's more on parang ano naman siya, sinasabi ko sa kanila na you should follow kapag ano, 'pag hindi siya personal brand, you should follow kung ano yung pinlan natin for your brand na ganito siya. Kasi kapag once na there is a misalignment, your customers can see it all throughout the ano, your platforms and all throughout your brand.
Tama, oo nga, no? Kasi if we parang focus too much doon sa archetype, nagiging kasi 'di ba 12 archetypes lang, and then
Mm,
when you especially kung isang archetype lang yung gagamitin mo, and when you focus on that, nagiging ano kasi, parang wala nang ibang dimension sa
mm,
personality ng brand. So it becomes maybe in the beginning nagiging ano, nagiging engaging, maganda yung feedback ng audience, but somehow in the long term, nagiging boring siya, 'di ba? Kasi
mm,
kasi nga hindi siya aligned talaga to uh, who the owner is or who the creative is or who the person is, 'di ba?
mm,
Who's trying to build their own personal brand. And one thing pala kasi you mentioned na how merong mga taong gusto nilang i-outsource yung
mm,
personal brand nila. So archetype is one way, 'di ba, to help us find people who are the same, 'di ba? Kasi nga we're trying to create this archetype for our brand. So we try to attract um, also people in our or maybe team members na magtatrabaho for us that we can outsource with the same archetype. Kasi yung external branding, that's who you put out, yung content mo doon
Mm.
sa audience mo. Internal branding naman is how do you attract those people who are like you so that when you outsource certain content, certain tasks, certain ano pa ba? Like certain things that you want to be done inside your brand, you still stay aligned with who you are and kasi nga you're quite the same, similar, 'di ba?
Mm.
Sa ginagawa mo.
Okey din siya kapag sa ano naman, for business branding when hiring other people. Kasi kung
Yeah, tama.
align siya sa brand mo, sobrang mas parang ano, drive lang kayo all throughout.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. And then you mentioned kanina, 'di ba, na it's very fun when they get to the archetype part. Kasi para siyang
Mm.
zodiac, no? Parang,
Oo.
parang ano pala ako? Ay, wow, wow. Ay, ganito ka. Nge, ganun. So, yeah, it becomes a very entertaining and fun activity
Mm.
when you put archetypes in the mix sa brand strategy mo with your clients. So,
Mm.
ayun. Um, Next question pala, ito medyo technical to eh. How do you measure the success and impact of your personal branding strategy aligned with a certain brand archetype? Paano mo ba siya mini-measure?
So, it's more on parang ano, eh, titingnan mo, yung well, wait lang Coach Dave, kalma. When it
Sige, no
comes
problem. Sige, sige. Medyo technical kasi siya, no? We cannot
oo,
really define it in very simple terms. Pero sige,
mm.
just take your time.
Siguro when it comes to personal branding, na i-a-align natin sa brand archetype, you can see it siguro sa social media post nila, in
Mhm,
how they will communicate and how they will make their content. Siguro
mhm.
parang si ano, parang sinabi ni Cyril dito, buti na lang jester archetype ang Ezekiel, kung hindi matagal na daw siyang wala.
Oo nga, no? Tama, tama. Oo.
'Yun. So, parang gano'n, parang makikita mo kasi siya kung ano yung branding nung isang brand all throughout. Kasi yun yung nakikita ko din, sabi ko, "Hala, kwela nung ano, nung post dito sa ano, sa group natin." Kasi 'di ba si
Yeah,
Sai parang gano'n yung way of
yeah, yeah.
communicating niya with us. So,
That's
parang dun mo siya makikita, kung, nakikita ba ng other people na ganito din yung archetype ng brand mismo. So,
yeah, that's
kunyari parang seryoso pala yung brand mo, Coach Dave, and then parang si ano biglang jester type siya, tapos parang sobrang misalignment, misalignment na niya. So,
oo
parang
nga, 'di
gano'n.
ba? Tama, parang sino ba 'to? Tapos sometimes pa kung let's say for example kasi nangyari 'to sa amin like, yung account ni Sai or account ko 'di ba? And sometimes si Sai gagamitin niya yung account ko for posting sa ano, tapos magugulo, "Oh, bakit parang ano, iba 'to, dito si Coach Dave, ah." Yung mga gano'n. We can see through that, eh, 'di ba? So,
Mm,
buti na lang na, yung archetypes na ginagamit namin is very and the people in our team are much, similar sa
mm.
ano yung archetype ng business mismo, archetype ko mismo as with my own personal brand. So,
Parang may example ako dito, Coach Dave, na parang nag-fail sila when it comes to brand archetype. You remember yung Toyota issue before?
what issue yan? Hindi ko alam yan,
Yung
ah.
ano, yung ano tawag dito, meron kasing may issue before na nangyari about cheating something, and then yung Toyota nag-post ng free, kalimutan ko ano yung free nun. Kasi parang 2 years ago yung post na yun. And then nag-post sila ng
Uh-huh.
something not aligned with, parang hindi mo iisipan na gagawin, magpo-post ng gano'n yung Toyota na brand.
Okay.
Na,
Uh-huh.
hindi ko maalala kung ano yung ano eh. Pero meron silang issue na gano'n.
And then what happened with Toyota? Anong sinabi ng audience?
Ano siya, parang sobrang naging laugh trip siya everywhere. So, ang dami nagse-share, parang gano'n. Tapos eventually,
Ah,
now tinanggal yung social media
Naging meme sila.
oo, naging meme sila.
I see, I see. Yun nga, merong mga ganun eh, na siguro na mishandled or
Mm,
uh, masyadong naging personality na ng siguro ng social media strategist, social media manager or the PR mismo, the PR head na naging personality na niya instead of the personality, the archetype of the brand, 'di ba? So yun nga, so we need to watch out for those. One way, going back to how you measure, one way for me to really measure kung um, aligned ba yung brand archetype at saka personal branding strategy is yung mga nai-engage na tao sa content, sa touch points ng brand. If are you also attracting and are people who are engaging with you quite quite with a similar archetype ba? 'Di ba?
mm,
Yung keywords na hinahanap mo, is it in line ba sa mga sinasabi ng mga archetype na 'to? Is it in
mm,
line yung mga personalities, concepts, or other things that your brand want to target, 'di ba? Is it aligned with the people who you are attracting? So,
totoo, Coach Dave. Ayun, naalala
yeah.
ko na yung issue, yun yung yung change
Yun.
oil. Yung
Ay,
change
oo,
oil
tama.
before.
Yun nga pala, 'di ba kasi yung change oil parang naging associative na siya to parang nag-cheat ka
Oo, kasi yun yata
sa
yung
ano mo, sa spouse mo.
yun
Tama,
yung
oo.
may ni-reason yata nung guy na magpapa-change oil siya ta's nahuli. Ta's biglang nag-post
Nahuli,
naman na yung Toyota ng
Toyota.
free change oil.
Yun, 'di ba? So
Ta's
yun, sometimes
naging
when we
laugh
try,
trip.
oo nga eh, ito pala, it's very important na uh, before jumping on trends, kasi that's a very effective strategy, yung you jump on a trend, ride on the hype
Mm,
behind a trend so that you get more eyes, more people to know your brand. But the
mm,
problem is, meron kasing brand sentiment eh. It's either positive, neutral, or negative. So if
mm,
you're attracting negative brand sentiment, nagiging negative yung impact sa brand mo. And sometimes pa yung the people, your audience mismo, sila not it's not just that they go away or ignore or parang tawag dyan, yung avoid your brand, they even para persuade other people to avoid your brand. Di ba? Yung ultimate goal kasi ng branding for me is to create brand advocates. To
mm,
advocate for your brand, to do the marketing, word of mouth for your brand. Now, if negative yung sentiment, nagiging on the other side yung effect. That you're
mm.
creating negative brand advocates na people are persuading na, wag kayo dyan kasi ano yan sila, mga ganyan, di ba?
Oo.
So, you have
So,
to be careful when riding with trends talaga.
kailangan mong makita ano ba yung magiging effect, if magiging good effect ba siya for your brand or parang kung sumama ka ba sa trend na 'to magiging negative or kakatawa lang ba yung brand mo and all.
Tama. Sabi nga ni Sai dito, yung kahit yung angkas daw na post, yung I'm
Mm.
stuck daddy, daming nag-ano doon. Naalala mo yan? Recent lang, I think
Parang
it's
hindi ko
just
siya nakita. Hindi ako masyado
viral
nag-aano
ata yan
nun.
eh, yung parang merong sinabi si angkas, kasi ano nga yung issue nun, Sai? Yung parang Father's Day ata yun, di ba? Tapos
Oo, yung
yung
fathers.
yeah, tapos yung content nila is I'm stuck daddy, and that's an inside joke kasi sa pornography, di
Oo.
ba? Yung daddy, yung di ba? So ayun, people were parang uh, they didn't take that well, nagiging negative brand sentiment yung
Mm,
effort nila doon. So they took that off. Ang ginawa na lang nila is they posted something else na yung yung tatay is pumunta sa beach tapos merong parang yung may manok na tinayin niya sa sa upuan niya. So parang ganun, di ba? So kasi yun yung connotation din ng mga typical Filipino dads, di ba? Na
mm.
mas mahal pa nila yung manok
Yung
nila kung
ano,
sa anak nila. So it's good naman na they
they
tried to
change it.
they changed, di ba?
May
So ayun,
bawi.
yeah. Ayun, anyway, yeah, I think we're
Ayan.
done with the questions so far na parang naisip namin to ask to Marielle when it comes to personal branding using archetypes. Now we're opening the floor if it's okay sa'yo, Yal, na we would like to ask everyone here if you have any other questions about how brand archetypes can help with personal branding for yourself or for your client. So, ayan, any questions, guys? Ayan. Meron ba? Ay, wala pa. Meron ata kanina. Ah, wala pala.
Wala, wala.
Ayun, si Sai, merong question. Yung synergize ba, coach?
A
Personal brand ko
person.
yun. What do you think? What do you think, Sai? Ano yung goal mo sa yung
Mm.
synergize mo?
Hindi ko alam, coach, kasi parang hindi ko
So,
alam,
yun.
eh.
Di ba? So, how
Akala
about
ko
you, Yan?
business ko yun or
Do you
something.
have a, do you have an answer, Yan, about this? Kasi
Kung
synergize,
ano, parang ano eh, ano ba
uh,
yung offer niya?
offer mo daw, Sai.
Community strategies. So,
Community.
synergize communities. Parang gano'n, maging, ano sila, connected.
Hmm. So, parang ano nga siya, parang yun yung magiging agency brand niya, Coach Dave, no?
Yeah, kind of,
Kung,
yeah.
kung if plan mo mag-create ng agency or gusto mo magkaroon lang ng stand-alone na freelancing offer, so it will all base kasi kung ano yung goal mo for Synergize.
Yeah.
So, dun mo siya i-align kung magiging personal brand mo ba siya or gusto mo siya maging agency brand. So, if magiging agency brand mo siya, i-align mo siya sa mga offers mo and all. Pero pwede mo din naman, for me, pwede mo siyang gawin na personal brand slash at least offers mo na din. Kung gusto mo
Yeah.
ikaw yung face nung Synergize.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, ikaw si Jollibee, ganun.
Tama. I was thinking the same way na parang ma-fuse niya yung personal branding at business
Mm-mm.
branding niya. If his business is synergize, he could be the synergist. Yung parang ganun.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah,
Ayun.
that would be a good way of combining yung agency
Personal.
branding. Yeah, at saka personal. So, yun, Sai. What do you think of that, Sai? Okay ba?
Yung pinapangalan ko kasi sa like wala pa naman agency, pero like synergize media, gano'n.
Mm.
Oh,
Hindi ko alam.
yeah.
Synergist, yun yung ako yun, synergist.
Mm.
Parang
So,
sis.
pwede
Ayan.
yung mga team members mo are synergists, you know? Ayun.
Members.
That's one indication na maganda yung parang brand name or personal brand mo kasi na-extend yung vocabulary niya to other
Mm.
facets, other touch points ng brand mo. So, yun.
Yun. So,
Parang Twitter,
ano mo
X,
na,
pero sadly, wala ng Twitter.
X na siya.
X na siya eh. Ano kayang tawag? X.
X. X
Anyway.
lang yata. Ayan. E di ano mo na to, personal brand mo na siya. I-embrace mo na personal brand mo si Synergize.
Yeah. Tama.
Synergize yung papangalan niya.
Synergize. Yan.
Sige.
Yun, di ba? Anyway, any others? Yung may question like si Shazad, Amanda, Joanna, si Brian, Ange, Mil, meron ba kayong question? I take this opportunity na nandito si Marielle because maybe next time magno-know na siya kasi mas sikat na siya or what, di ba? So we never know. Ayun. So, yeah, any other questions guys about personal branding? Shazad, baka may question ka dyan. Wala ata kasi How about you, Joanna? Meron ba? Ang tahimik ngayon Grabe ang tahimik nyo guys Na-absorb nyo ba? Charot. Ayan si Shazad. Sabi
Personal
nila,
brand.
personal branding is the future. Ano po masasabi niyo? Okay. Sige, what's your opinion on this, Riel?
Actually, parang kahit naman ngayon, parang sobrang iba na yung level kasi ng personal branding. Pero we can't say kasi na for is the future kasi parang sobrang bilis ng mga nangyayari lately, especially sa evolve ng ano natin, ng mga other things. So, parang for now kasi people are looking for more um human to human communication so that parang sobrang nag-e-evolve yung pagbi-build ng personal brand kasi parang doon nila na-e-express yung sarili nila and all. So, parang kahit naman yata before, parang may personal branding na din. Kunyari sila, sino to? Sila, ang pangalan nun, Coach Steve. Sige, kaya ko to.
Sino?
Sila, parang kahit naman sila Will Dasovich, parang years na din sila
Ah,
before, pero may own brand na din sila.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
parang mag-e-evolve lang siya ng mag-e-evolve into different kind of aspects. Pero building your personal brand is more on parang how you will share to the world kung sino ka ba and how you want other people to see you as you. Parang ganun.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Sa akin, ang opinion ko for this, personal branding is actually right today. Hindi na siya future. The future is now. Kasi
Mm.
almost kahit nga yung mga big brands, they're trying to collaborate almost all the time with influencers, with creatives, creators, 'di ba, with celebrities. So, but sa akin lang, uh, the mixture or the partnership of personal branding and community, that will dictate yung ano, gaano ka successful yung brand mo in the future. So ayun, Jose Marichan.
Ayun,
Grabe,
sige.
no? Oo nga,
Grabe na
Jose
yung
Marichan, 'di ba,
pag
naging
tuwing magki-Christmas 'to, parang bata pa lang
September.
ako, yun na yun.
Oo nga, September 1 is Jose Marichan Day, ayun, 'di ba? So lahat ng tao, it becomes a community ano na, eh, you become part of the identity of
Hmm,
your ano, of
si
your
Jose
audience.
Marichan tsaka si
Oo.
Mariah Carey.
Oo nga, oo. Grabe, pero dito talaga sa Pilipinas, grabe talaga, si Marichan talaga, 'di ba? So, ayun, anyway, before we end pala, ay, any other questions? Kasi parang tahimik kasi lahat, eh. Kung wala ng questions, I would like to give the floor to our speaker, si Marielle Ison. We would like to thank her for giving us the time and all the insights and free na mga ano, na mga things that we can learn from her kasi alam kong busy-busy to si Marielle kasi marami din to siyang clients. But ayun, ito pala Marielle, we have one question that we want to know from you. What is your why forward? Diba? Yung why forward para sa amin kasi is a substitute sa way forward pero may reason. Like what is your why right now? Why you're doing what you're doing right now and moving forward, how does it inspire you yung why mo? Kasi
Oo.
dito sa why forward, we're trying to create purpose-driven brands kasi so that um, yung mga purpose-driven brands become more sustainable and profitable. So, so hindi lang siya yung parang profit lang lahat, hindi din siya passion lang lahat. So it's a
Mm.
mixture of both. So, yun, what is your why?
So, mostly late parang ang naging foundation ka talaga is more on nakita ko kasi yung benefit ng branding. So, just want to share kung ano yung mga natututunan ko sa mga fellow freelancers and creatives. Especially parang sobrang addict ko din sa Notion. So, doon ko siya ino-organize lahat. Yung thoughts and thought process ko and all. So, I just want to help other people din na mag-benefit dito, lalo na yung mga gusto na parang work from home lang sila or they want to have more time with their family. Kahit na alam natin na halos hindi din tayo lahat natutulog pag nagfi-freelancing tayo, 'di ba? So, yun. So, parang ano, as I move forward, I just want to help more freelancers and creatives to build their own personal brand and to guide them along the way. So parang yun yung kasi gusto ko rin mag-benefit sila dun sa mga parang na-experience din natin na kung ano man yung meron, yung ano man yung community na nabibuild natin. Ganun.
Wow, ang galing. where can they find you pala? When they
So, meron akong yung Facebook ko is yung Marielle Ison. Pero I also have my Instagram account. My Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter is Yel Ison, at Yel Ison siya. So, yun. So, madali lang siya. hanapin.
Ayun, so anyone here, for anyone and for everyone watching this recording, if you want to reach out to Maria to help you with your own personal brand, diba? You can find her in the platforms that she just mentioned a while ago. So ayun. Yeah, I think we're done. Thank you talaga, Marielle, for having giving us the time of your day. Right? Even though na medyo late notice kasi ngayon lang na week kami nagsabi sa'yo. But yeah, we're so very thankful and we feel very lucky to have you here tonight and hear your thoughts, your opinions, and your insights about how personal branding can help each one of us here, even yung mga clients natin, and how we can use archetypes to further build and improve our own personal brands. So, guys, if ever you want to invite more people, di ba? Or kayo mismo, if hindi pa kayo member ng community namin, join our community of purpose-driven freelancers and business owners where we try to help each other build our own personal brands, build our own business brands, and help you how, help you how we can uh, help how we can help you build yung parang yung purpose nyo and monetize it using what we learn here in the community. So ayun, thank you so much, Yel, for sharing this with us. Everything that you've learned so far, we feel so lucky, and hopefully we can do this again sometime soon. Ayun, guys, have a good night, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for everything. Charot. Hi, everything. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.